Centcom has just completed a 7-hour precision strike wave that tore through Iran's military infrastructure from the Persian Gulf to the Iraqi border. Centcom's official statement confirmed that U.S. fighter aircraft, drones, and naval vessels launched precision munitions against Iranian missile and drone sites, naval capabilities, and coastal defense systems, all of it focused on degrading Iran's ability to threaten commercial shipping and the civilian crews who work those vessels. Dozens of military targets hit, 7 hours of continuous operations, and this wave came directly on the heels of the previous round, which Centcom said hit over 80 Iranian targets with precision munitions just days before. And so the key here is that we're seeing a sustained, methodical campaign with a very specific goal to strip the IRGC of every naval asset, every coastal missile launcher, every command node that lets them threaten shipping through the strait. And according to President Trump, Iranian forces haven't seen anything yet.
We're going to hit them very hard tonight. We're going to hit them very hard tomorrow night. We're going to hit them very hard the night after. And then next week it gets really bad for them, because next week comes the power plants. Next week comes the bridges. We're going to knock out all their power plants. We're going to knock out all their bridges unless they get to the table and negotiate.
Now, the key with power plants is that Iran's Air Defense Command needs electricity to coordinate responses. The IRGC needs power to execute missile launches. The regime needs working communications infrastructure to suppress the popular discontent that's already simmering beneath the surface. Knock out the grid, and you effectively render Iranian forces blind. And then Trump mentioned the bridges. Now, those are the logistics arteries that move what little military resupply is still flowing inside Iran. We talked about this yesterday, about the destruction of Iran's land-based lifeline, a rail corridor running from Tehran through Mashhad into Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, and onward to China and Russia. That lone lifeline has been obliterated. Centcom took out the Aktake Khan Bridge with cruise missiles, the critical link to Iran's biggest trading partners. Now, keep in mind, this is the railway artery that was keeping Iranian military resupply viable while maritime routes were under interdiction. It's now gone. Nothing is rolling in on that corridor anymore. Strip the power in the bridges, and the Islamic Republic's ability to function as a coherent military force approaches zero. Now, of course, this military campaign is all happening at the same time there's a money shortage that's being imposed on Iran. On July 14th, Centcom officially reimposed the naval blockade on all maritime traffic entering and leaving Iranian ports. More than 20 U.S. Navy warships and hundreds of military aircraft are operating across the region to effectively choke off Iran from any and all revenue that they would be getting from their oil exports, which is costing them upwards of $500 million a day. Now, this is what brought them to the negotiating table weeks earlier, right? They simply could not economically survive the U.S. enforced blockade. And keep in mind, they were already economically collapsing before the first bomb dropped. And it's only gotten worse. I mean, take a look at this chart for comparison. In October 2023, $1 US cost 500,000 Iranian rials on the parallel market. By July of this year, that same dollar costs 1,800,000 rials. That's a 260% collapse in the currency's value in under 3 years. The IMF puts Iran's inflation at 69% year over year in 2026, and you'll notice that the chart shows the currency cratering in near vertical drops at each military escalation. The 12-day war, the U.S.-Israel strikes, and now the renewed strike campaign paired with the second naval blockade. The rial has never recovered from a single one of those shocks, and it only gets worse with every subsequent shock. Central banks continue buying gold at record levels all over the world. Global debt continues to explode. Geopolitical tensions aren't going away. And if those trends haven't changed, then why would the case for owning physical gold and silver? That's one reason why I trust Augusta Precious Metals. So if you'd like to learn more, go to turleybuysgold.com or text Turley to 35052. That's 35052, and request Augusta's free guide. Click on that link below right now.